Hi, my name is Mariam. I am half Jordanese and half Iraqi, and I've been in the U.S. for 6 years.
Hola, mi nombre es Edward, soy de Honduras, voy a cumplir un año acá.
Hola, mi nombre es Jorge. Yo he estado aquí en Estados Unidos por 4 años y soy de México.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I have been here 9 months and I'm from Mexico.
Hola, mi nombre es José y yo tengo 13 años aquí en los Estados Unidos y soy de Honduras.
Hola, mi nombre es Lester. Yo tengo 8 años en los Estados Unidos y soy de México.
My name is Abraham and I've been here for 6 years and I'm from Mexico.
Hola, soy Carla. He estado aquí en los Estados Unidos 2 años y soy de México.
Soy Samantha y he estado aquí, nací aquí.
Hola, mi nombre es Jimena, tengo 4 años en los Estados Unidos y soy de México.
Good morning from Anson Jones Middle School here in San Antonio, Texas. Today we're coming together to do a panel discussion in regards to language. In short, we're going to ask the experts what works best in the classroom and also what is not so helpful. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the general question that I'm going to ask to the whole group. So I want to know, guys, what is it when you are sitting in the classroom that works best for you? And let's start with just sitting in the classroom. What makes you comfortable walking into a classroom where you know the language is not really the language that you have as your first language? What makes you comfortable?
Well, first, when it's more isolated with other people that speak your language, so you can just feel more comfortable with everyone else.
Like when the people is friendly. Like they're not gonna make fun of you if you say something wrong.
Like you could interact, like connect with them.
Okay, so far I've heard friendly, right? Or it's not isolated, you're interacting. So you guys actually enjoy going into a room where there's a lot going on. Lester says you guys like it when your teacher can also speak the same language as you, right? But is that always true? Does that always happen? No. So let's talk about that. What can teachers do when we don't speak the same language as you guys do? What can we do to make you feel comfortable or make things easier on you? Let's talk about that question.
Make another student sit next to you that speaks both languages so they could just translate to you so you could understand the best.
Or like Mr. Hernandez, that after we go over a theme, like we do the definitions of some words like that we don't know.
Yes, and it helps us understand more.
Okay. Girls, what about you? What can teachers do when we don't speak the same language? What can we do, though, to make you feel comfortable, to help you out in the classroom?
They can explain it twice if you don't understand.
Okay, so explain it twice. What else? Miriam, what about you?
They can reread the question.
Rereading questions. Okay.
Different strategies to
Probably too that work of the vocabulary, because sometimes teachers use like big vocabulary and they break it down to where we can understand it.
Okay, I love that. So
showing image.
An image. Okay, so guys, now we're kind of getting into the strategies piece, right? We're getting into what can teachers do in terms of strategies, things to help us understand the content, right? The academic content. So does anyone have an example of vocabulary? What is something a teacher has done in their classrooms to help you with the academic vocabulary? Because I know that some of those words sometimes are not quite the same as our first language, right? So what is something?
Maybe break it down to the root word that it's on that word and show the definition of what it means and
an example of it.
Yes, an example or something.
And also like a sentence, doing a sentence with it. Like for example, Mr. Hernandez, we do like a chart and we put the word and then the definition of the word and then an image that has to be with the word and then a sentence that we can use the word.
So we could really understand what that word means.
Okay. And is all of that done in English or Spanish first or both? How is that done?
English, but sometimes with our other students, we talk in Spanish so we can understand it better.
Okay. Now let's talk about those things that are not so helpful, right? Your teachers all want to help you. We agree with that, right? But sometimes we just don't know. And that's the purpose of this panel. We want you guys to help us to understand what is not so helpful, or we're trying to be helpful, but no, it's not really doing a good job. So does anyone have an example of something that maybe someone's tried for you, but it's not really helpful? You're still confused, you still don't understand.
Like in reading class, they tell us to read it at least twice or 3 times, but all you have to do is just read it once, but annotate to each paragraph, like to the side, and then you can just go back and see what's the main thing of that paragraph.
Okay, so tell me why reading it 2 times, 3 times is not helpful to you.
Maybe sometimes you don't really understand it, and you get confused by the different parts of the text, and like whenever you go to the questions, you don't even know what's really going on.
Okay, so you're saying that if you don't really understand it the first time, reading it a second and third is not going to be helpful. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Annotations.
So annotating, taking it slow the first time around is more helpful.
Also, when they show like videos to explain a theme, well, for me, because I'm still learning the language, it's better if it has subtitles, because I can be reading and hearing how the word.
Wow, I love that. Subtitles. I see, I would not have thought of that, but something easy, simple. Subtitles, you're watching the video, you can read it along the way, simple. So guys, we're going to go on to the next question, and since we're talking about language, we're going to talk about something called structured conversations. You've all been in a classroom where your teacher has asked you to share with the classmate or with the group. So we're going to talk about that and what you guys prefer. So if a teacher says we're going to do a think, pair, share, right, or we're going to partner up, would you guys talk a little bit about maybe how that makes you feel, maybe some things that make you a little confused. So let's just kind of get that conversation going as far as structured conversations when your teacher wants you to get up and talk and share with others in the classroom.
I prefer that we could choose our own partners, because we could choose which person we get to talk to, and we know how you're going to talk to them, if they could help you or not, by the different languages. Also, because you could just feel more comfortable because you already know that person. And if you go with another person that you don't really know, you can't really interact with them because you don't really know them.
Okay.
I say sometimes it's good to go with someone else because you get to know them and understand more of the language too.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you want to challenge yourself a little bit, yes? And that's okay? Sometimes or all the time?
It depends like the situation.
Sometimes by the situation, maybe even about what you're learning. Okay, I like that. That's a big positive. So sometimes it is okay, right? Let's challenge yourself a little bit. That's all about the learning. Okay.
And it also helps when you have a sentence starter, because like you just need to add things, like just order how your ideas, and that's all they need to do. Okay. And then just tell the sentence to the other partner.
Okay. Who else likes a sentence starter? The teacher kind of gets the conversation going, and then you can go from there. Yes. Why do we like it so much?
Because you don't really have to think about the.
When you start, you don't have to think a lot.
You just have to think about the ending of how it's gonna sound, and like if it makes sense or not.
Okay.
Since you already know the beginning of it.
What has helped you the most make that transition?
Well, also like talk to friends that are like don't just speak English, because now I need to like put more effort in trying to talk to them, because I just speak to like the most of my friends here just speak English, so now I need to like understand and try so they can understand me too, like what I'm trying to say.
And I agree with Lester about saying that, like, don't give up and like try to suck others, because I remember when I was in 5th grade, on 6th, so I didn't know like almost nobody. So I remember I had a class with Lester, and then when I started to talk to him, because he speaks Spanish and I didn't know like a lot of English, so he helped me. So when we talked more, then I knew Jose because of Lester. That's why.
So your group just grew bigger and bigger, and you learned more and more English. Yes. Okay. Guys, who would you say is your biggest supporter in helping you transition from your first language to English?
Your friends.
Your friends?
Your friends.
Friends.
Sometimes it's family, when you have like cousins or brothers or sisters like in the same grade as you. Because when I was in 5th grade, my cousin, she was here. She came to the United States earlier than me. So in 5th grade, she started helping me a lot. So she's like my neighbor. She started helping me a lot with the homework and everything. So when I was in class, I can understand more to the teacher. So now I don't have her for in classes, but sometimes when I speak with her, sometimes I speak English with her. So she helps me like say something when I say it wrong.
Okay. So peers are a big help, right? Not just teachers, but your peers are a big help, and we should let you guys use your peers.
Like talking, like just talking to other people, like trying, practicing, that helps.
That's the word I was going to say. Practice helps. Yes, having those opportunities to practice. Okay.
Also, like if you have the opportunity to speak English and you don't really know it, just try your best and the words will come by themselves.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's important for teachers to know, to make students feel comfortable to do that, right? To be able to just have an environment where you know no one's going to make fun of you. You know that, you're going to try your best in English and it's going to be okay. And we're going to help you along the way. Yes? Okay. Thank you, guys.